Welcome back to Hub City Now. It's Mike Sanderson here, joined by three lovely ladies from the Creating the Wave 2017 conference, which is coming later this month to the Delta Beaux Jours. I want to welcome Jackie Victor, Jeanne Balcom, and Chantal LeCouteur Morais. So I can read my card. That's a good thing. So welcome, ladies, and you guys are here for what is going to be a very interesting conference for sure. Can we hear a little bit more about it?
Well, the theme of our conference is creating the wave. We want to bring people's awareness into maintaining their own health, integrating energy medicine with the conventional medicine to use both together for your wellness.
All right, and you mentioned like putting them both together because you hear conventional, you think hospital, you think doctor, you think that kind of thing, and then there's the other side. So how exactly is the plan towards that? I'm sure you have plenty of ideas. What's the idea?
Yes, as a retired nurse, I started studying healing touch years ago, and by the level 3, I really wanted to bring it into our healthcare system, and so I went to see the director of nursing and said, how do I get this into our hospital? And I did. Because it really works well. My last 10 years of nursing was with oncology care, and whenever we had time, we could, as a practitioner of healing touch, I could offer healing touch as well as doing my regular work. So it worked really well. A lot of my patients benefited from the utilization of it.
All right.
So just by using my hands-on, they were able to sleep better, and sometimes you could help decrease the pain, promote relaxation.
All right, that's good. That answers my next question, because it was going to be, well, people listening at home, the healing touch, what exactly is it? But you kind of clarified it there. We have certified healing touch practitioners here, 3 of you, and an instructor as well. So what goes into the process to want to become a healing touch practitioner, and what kind of gets into that process? How would one become one of these?
I'll let one of these girls answer.
This is on the test.
This is on the test, yes.
Well, to become a healing touch practitioner, there's different levels. And you just, so levels of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you just kind of learn different processes and how to work with energy, and what is energy, and what does it mean, and how can you make yourself feel better, and then how can you make others feel better. For me, it was my big aha moment. I had 4 car accidents in 4 months about 15 years ago. I was a pharmaceutical rep on the road, wanting to get off the road because my children were small and I wanted to be back home, and kind of put my hands up to the universe, wanting to get off the road, and the universe sent me 4 car accidents. So
if there was ever a sign.
If there was ever a sign, I got it. And being in the pharmaceutical industry, I was taking drugs and I was trying everything possible, and after about a year, conventional therapy just wasn't cutting it. And they looked at me, I was about 35 years old, and they said, you know what, don't get hit by another car, it could kill you. Okay, have a nice life. See ya. And I was left with, well, what now? And so one of my friends said, you should really try this healing touch stuff. It might help you heal. It might help you with your pain. At that point, I was ready to do just about anything. And when I did, it was my big aha moment. And from there, I just did my first class, and it was amazing, and I just wanted more and more and more and more. And now Chantal and I are both certifying to be instructors along with Jeanne.
All right, so that's the story right there. That's a pretty good one. So Chantal, how about you tell us your story? What got you involved into the healing touch?
My story is a different one because I am a nurse. I'm into science. The first time I heard healing touch, I didn't know a thing about it. I was the devil's advocate, and so Jeanne offered me to come to one of her class and to find out about it, and that was the level 1. And I went, and I thought, okay, this is part of science. It is, there is scientific research behind it, and it is a gold standard curriculum, and you learn step by step, and you get to certification. It takes years, several years, to get to certification. So it's not just a fly-by-night course. It is a very standardized, and there's a code of ethics, there's a scope of practice, and you need to follow it just like a healthcare professional. So it goes hand in hand, and that's how I see it now.
All right, and we have a registered nurse here, a former retired nurse as well. So we're talking about people in the medical field who are also very enthusiastic about this as well. So there is the conference coming up April 28th at the Delta Beaux Jours. It is the 10th biennial, whichever, it's one or the other. But the conference is coming up on April the 28th. So tell us a little bit more about that, when it goes in the conference.
There's actually people coming from across Canada to attend it. We have, our association is Canada-wide. So a lot from across Canada are coming. And for the first time ever, Adam the Dream Healer, he's now Adam McLeod, he's a naturopathic doctor. He's coming to Atlantic Canada. He's never been to the East Coast. The furthest I believe he's been to was Ontario. So it's a real feather in our cap to invite him and that he accepted to come to our conference. A lot of the other conference people are local celebrities from around here. Anne Berube is a really well-known speaker. She's coming as well. And Dr. Rob Rutledge, he's a radio oncologist from Halifax, and Tim Walker, they're both coming to our conference as speakers. So yeah, we're really excited about the people that are going to be speaking. There's Natasha Thibault, Nick Bro, and there's
Louise LeBlanc, there's Eagle Spirit, there's, we have a lot of great speakers. Monique Galley, it's
certainly a full lineup.
We have a really full lineup,
and of holistic practitioners.
And I think that the fun part is that everyone's speaking a little bit on something different. So we'll have someone doing yoga from Chantal Yoga. I'll be teaching a little bit of Qigong. We'll be doing different things, and the speakers are all lining up together to be a very synergistic approach to doing integrative medicine and bringing that energetic balance into holistic medicine.
Okay, so if you want to get more information, it's creatingthewave2017.com. You can get more information there. In terms of putting this all together, how did it kind of come about to try to organize all this? Because it seems like quite an undertaking.
Yes, it has been. We've been working on it now for since last January. Usually conferences go every 2 years, and immediately after the conference they choose the next site. So the person would have a 2-year window to prepare. We did not. I was asked to do it last January because it was supposed to be in Ottawa, and because of the Canadian birthday, they couldn't have it there. So I accepted the challenge last January or February, and it's been a constant meetings, set up, details. It's been really a lot of fun too. We've tried to mix the two together, and we have a lot of people that are going to help the day of the conference. So it's been a real interesting year.
Well, yeah, you mentioned you usually have 2 years to prepare one of these. Now you're only talking about a year, less than a year and a half. So.
Jeanne's been a busy woman.
Plus, I teach a lot. I've been teaching across Canada, well, not across Canada, in New Brunswick, Newfoundland, Prince Edward Island, and I do teach classes in Ontario. So I have been very busy since I retired from nursing.
That I certainly believe, but we've heard their background, so how about your background a little bit? What got you involved in the Healing Touch, and you're now an instructor now, so certainly...
Yes, I've been now in my 11th year of teaching, and I teach 1 to 4, and I'm going to be training to teach level 5 soon. So my kind of journey, I was looking I was just on a spiritual journey and came across the level 1 of Healing Touch, and definitely that was life-changing for me. And at the time I had teenagers at home, and I was able to utilize some of the techniques to, there was a lot of bullying back then that wasn't addressed, so my youngest daughter, I was able to help her with that. And just using it with my family and friends, but by level 3 I just knew this was so fantastic, and that we're using your hands to do such beautiful work. And so I knew I wanted to become an instructor.
So you kind of were somewhat of an enthusiast to start, and then...
Definitely. I was the pioneer wanting to bring it into our healthcare. I was definitely, with the help of others, but I was very determined that this needed to be brought into our healthcare system. and more, there's no beds in the hospital, so people really have to embrace their own wellness.
And that is Creating the Wave 2017 conference,
Yes,
April the 28th at the Delta Beaux Jour.
Yes.
Be sure to go check it out, the one-day event. How can people attend?
It's
Is
not
it just
a one-day event.
Oh, it's not a one-day event.
No,
I'm sorry.
it starts Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay, so it's that whole weekend. That whole weekend at the Delta Beaux Jour. So very busy for sure. For the Creating the Wave 2017.com, thank you to Jackie, Jeanne, and Chantal. Thank you so much for joining us.